News. We do have a bit of breaking news for you this evening, which we're going to go through in a moment, and also go through some more transfer news, guys, because there's a lot of stuff that's currently going on in and around the football club at this moment in time. And as you can read there in the title, 2 in, 4 out, or maybe 5 out potentially. So yeah, quite an action-packed video for you today. We'll go through it, and as always, guys, do get involved in the live chat. We're bringing up your thoughts and reaction on the screen. And this is what our third summer transfer window probably as a channel, and as the channel regulars know, a reputable place to get your information. So if you haven't already, make sure you do subscribe. But let's go through some of the breaking news that has just emerged, and that is with regard to Keller. That has just come up on our social medias. Liverpool, of course, have officially announced that Keller will be leaving the football club. We've been reporting on this, that he would be going to Brentford. There has been, some humming and hawing from different journalists, but that now has been confirmed by the football club minutes ago. And as stated, I don't know how to feel about this one, but you just felt for the last couple of years that he was going to be going on to pastures new. I think he has that ambitions to go on and be a first-choice goalkeeper. You can't blame him. He's absolutely fantastic. I would have rather to see him not stay in the Premier League. I think he's a very, very good goalkeeper, and I would rather have seen him go abroad. But again, look, there's no bitterness there. He's won everything with Liverpool, bar the Champions League, and has been a credit. When Alisson's been injured, there's been those cup finals that he's played pivotal roles in, and the Premier League this year definitely deserved his medal. I think he played about 10 to 15 appearances in the league, so certainly, and all the best to him as he moves on to pastures new. Just announced moments ago. Guys, as always, please do hit the like button, get involved in the live chat. I can see your chats coming in quickly, but let's move on to some more stuff with regards to the transfer market at Liverpool. So Kelleher done. Now number 2 in terms of who we've got to be speaking about now is with regard to Ben Doak. Now this one keeps on emerging, and a bit more of an update keeps coming up with regard to Ben Doak, and it's a weird one because Ben Doak, of course, a Liverpool player, has been heavily linked to Everton. Yes, no player has made a direct transfer between the two Merseyside clubs since Abel Ashavia in 2002, whilst the last move from Liverpool to Everton was Gary Albert in 1992. So it's something that's very, very rare. But as stated, guys, Sky Sports have been reporting on this. And of course, Paul Joyce, who of course is the main man when it comes to Liverpool transfers, has also had his say on this as well, that there is truth in the matter, that Ben Doak could indeed make a move to Everton. However, at this moment in time, there is an expectation that the teenager will be first assessed in pre-season, starting on July 8th, before any decision is actually made over his future. However, a lot of this does depend on if a team like Everton were to trigger or be able to match Liverpool's valuation, which is £30 million. But this one is gaining speeds, coming from a lot of reputable sources. As stated, Paul Joyce is the main guy when it comes into sort of Merseyside news, both for Liverpool and Everton, and he's been reported on it pretty extensively, Sky Sports and all of these kind of things as well. But the understanding at this moment in time is that, yes, Liverpool will be willing to let him go if a club met the £30 million price tag. I'm not sure if Everton would do that at this moment in time, but there's also a consensus that Liverpool want to assess the player come the start of pre-season. Next player that is, of course, being linked with a move away is Lucas Stevenson. Now, again, a lot of you may not know him, but we don't discriminate here at LFC News. We bring you all the news with regard to transfers. But Luca Stevenson is a Liverpool midfielder, and basically Dundee United's manager has confirmed that they are interested in a permanent transfer for Lucas Stevenson, who spent the 2024-2025 campaign in Scotland after making a surprise impact under Arne Slot in pre-season. This is the player, again, I think we covered a lot in pre-season on Panenka. And he did really well in pre-season, actually. However, Dundee United's manager does want to bring him back to the club, where he won the Young Player of the Season award. He made 34 appearances for Dundee United and will play a UEFA Conference League next season after finishing 4th. There is a few consensus at this moment in time that Liverpool could potentially bring him back, try and sign him a new contract to Liverpool, maybe send him out on another loan. But it's also being stated that Dundee United will try this summer to try and bring him back to Dundee United. So this one may be seen as more of a loan deal, so maybe another loan deal back to Scotland. But the thing is with Scottish football, I think going to Dundee United, or being at Dundee United and going there again, if you won the Young Player of the Year award, probably wouldn't make any sense. He needs to go a step up, whether that's in Scotland, go to a Rangers or a Celtic or something like that, or go, to the Championship down in England and get some more game time. But Luca seems like maybe one for the future for Liverpool. I don't think we'll do a permanent transfer on him this summer, but certainly another loan deal, especially with the discussions in the background that he could sign a new contract at the football club. But Dundee United have confirmed that they are looking to try and bring him back on a temporary basis this summer as well. So that's the third player that could go out of the door, Lucas Stevenson. Now moving on to a player that, again, is, I suppose, very popular within the Liverpool fan base. Hasn't really been given an awful lot of game time, of course, after a bit of a failed move, I suppose, to RB Salzburg, and had those injuries over the last couple of years. But it's also being said that Steph Bashet could be available for transfer this summer, as Liverpool midfielders are reportedly attracting plenty of interest after a season on loan. Bashet, of course, spent the 2024-2025 campaign with Salzburg and then Las Palmas in 2 loan moves with varying success. Of course, he did follow Pep Lijnders, but that worked out to be a disaster out in Salzburg for him. However, James Pearce is stating that he could be sold this summer. And, the Athletic have also stating that Bashet has plenty of interest in the player so far in the early parts of the transfer window. However, there is no specifics as of yet, whether that would be a loan move or a permanent transfer. But it's also stating that Bashet is likely to make a move this summer. So there's a fourth one there. So to conclude in terms of the out, before we go into the ins and provide you some exciting updates with regards to the ins, Keller has been confirmed. He's gone. That's been confirmed by the football club. Ben Doak, Everton are working on it and seriously interested in him. That goes for Paul Joyce. Lucas Stevenson is wanted again by Dundee United, but there's a consensus that he'll probably go on loan somewhere else after signing a new deal at Liverpool. And then Bashet is likely to be leaving this summer in some form, possibly permanently, and there's a lot of clubs currently interested in his signature. Now, moving into the incoming stuff, guys, and we've got an interesting development with regard to Kurtz. Now, of course, Frimpong has already been signed by the football club. We already know that so far. However, there is, of course, a feeling that we've seen the Kurtz stuff come out already, and there's been no secret. However, it's being reported this morning, that Liverpool are preparing their first official bid for the Bournemouth left-back, knowing they have a clear run at signing the Hungarian, as he's already signalled the fact that he wants to come to Liverpool. So Liverpool are going to fire that first official bid this week. Obviously, Manchester City out of the race and do not want to sign Kurtz. But Liverpool are going to be putting that first official bid in this week. It's being reported, and it's also being stated it's going to be a low ball. So Liverpool are going to try and wheel and deal this deal, knowing the fact that they've kind of got the player on their side. However, it'll probably take a couple of bids and call each other's bluffs before this one gets resolved. However, Kurtz, his first official bid is going to be this week, which is an exciting signing in itself, which I'm really, really happy to see get over the line. Now, one that has been rumbling on over the last couple of weeks, the last week, I suppose, one that's getting a lot of Liverpool fans really, really excited is, of course, with regard to this man. Yes, Florian Wartz. Now, there has been an update this morning from David Ornstein, and that he stated that Liverpool are continuing talks with Bayer Leverkusen for Florian Wartz, with optimism that a deal can be struck. there is a feeling around the matter that this could be a very pivotal week. Now, there was reports as well that Bayer value him at a certain amount of money. And again, so far Liverpool have not met that sort of price tag as of yet. However, talks are currently continuing at this moment in time, and this is it could cost Liverpool a world record or club record of 130 million euros, which would be 109 million pounds, comprised of a guaranteed fee plus potential add-ons, and may yet increase. But David Ornstein is adamant that we are going to be going in for the player. Now, just a few other things that have been murmuring as well. We've already went through 4 outgoings there, but there's also loose reports coming from, I suppose, lesser journalists, not lesser journalists, but Harvey Elliott again was linked with a move to Bayer Leverkusen, however is no longer being considered, but there is a consensus again that Harvey Elliott will likely leave the football club this summer, and then there's some talk around Luis Diaz. I don't really want to get involved in that as of yet. The journalists that are reporting it so far, I don't really know, but there's a lot of apparently Saudi clubs currently interested in the player, and all of these kind of things, but I won't really bring that to you as concrete news as of yet. We'll wait as the transfer window opens, but it's a busy summer and we're not even in there just yet. It's really freaking busy. There's so much happening, and a lot of outs, by the way. A lot of players going out of the door as well, which is interesting to see. Interesting. Very, very interesting start to the transfer window. But someone's asking me if I got a blocked nose. Yeah, kind of. Just recovered from the flu. But guys, I'm not going to kick the arse out of it. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a while since I've done live streams here on the channel. We'll be keeping up to date with absolutely everything that happens in the transfer window. We'll be back for live streams as well. Probably going to be doing a daily show just because I feel it's going to be so busy. We'll go through rumours and all of these kind of things and make it more of an interactive approach as well with the subscribers. But thank you so much for tuning in thus far. Hopefully my flu will go away, my blocked nose and stuff like that. But thank you so much for tuning in. If you are new, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and be rest assured, we only bring you the news if it comes from reputable sources and all of that sort of stuff. But we'll do a daily show, probably same time, every single day throughout the summer. So 3 months of live shows.